What's going on, everyone? By now, most if not all of you are aware that Joe Tsai and Kevin Durant had a conversation, and Kevin Durant told Joe Tsai he wants traded or to fire Steve Nash and Sean Marks. And Joe Tsai responded with, "I'm sticking with the organization and the coaches. Kevin Durant, you're gone." Basically summarized in a tweet. So Kevin Durant is going to get traded, but we got new information that Kevin Durant isn't the only one that wants Sean Marks and Steve Nash fired. Based on reports from the New York Post, Nash and Sean Marks, according to an unnamed source who is close to the Nets, Irving can't stand them either, via Michael Blinn of the New York Post. Kyrie Irving hates these guys, the source told the Post Josh Koshman. He feels that Nash is terrible and Marks is bad. There is even more, because this was a report from a little ways back now, but Irving and Steve Nash is irreparable. BSS tells Brian Windhorst, ESPN, Irving and Nash got into it late March incident where Irving asked if he could see Kobe Bryant's MVP trophies during team dinner at Nash's home. So this dates back all the way to March between Kyrie Irving and Steve Nash. He doesn't like Sean Marks, which is understandable, right? I mean, Sean Marks didn't give him an extension, and he wanted that max extension. And Sean Marks said, no, not going to happen. So, of course, Kyrie's going to have a little animosity towards, Sean Marks. And then Kevin Durant, we see that. Obviously, he has some animosity because he demanded the trade. It's over. The Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are gone. Joe Tsai is not going to play this game. Joe Tsai is a billionaire businessman owner. You think he's going to listen to Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and do whatever they say? No, he probably doesn't get asked to do anything a lot. He's the guy giving the orders and giving the directions, not the other way around. And he's not going to get rid of his guy, Sean Marks, who dug Brooklyn out of the hole, were able to get Kyrie and Kevin Durant, has been pretty solid for the Brooklyn Nets so far. Tsai's looking at it as like it was a bad investment. I don't blame Brooklyn for doing the deal originally. I mean, every team in the league, if they had an opportunity to get KD and Kyrie, they would have done it. Sean Marks did everything he could to keep these two appeased and happy. And guess what? It wasn't enough. It didn't work out. They still both won out. Kyrie wants to go to Lakers. Kevin Durant just wants to be traded, period. And it looks like he's going to the Boston Celtics. I mean, even the betting favorites now are the Boston Celtics here in Vegas. They're like minus 175 to land Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant in a trade. So he's very likely going to Boston. It was even reported by Shams that Boston is the number one contender. That deal could happen anytime. I mean, while you're watching this video, that could happen. I think it will take a little time. There'll be some negotiations, this, that, and the other. But not out of the realm of possibility that it hasn't already been worked out and that we could see a deal rather shortly. But, the whole idea that Kyrie and KD, that they want the coach fired and they want, Sean Marks fired and all that stuff. Like, Joe Tsai isn't going to play that game, because even if Joe Tsai did, it would look terrible, absolutely terrible. And the big question is then what's next? What are they going to want next? We've given you everything. On top of giving you everything, I'm going to what? I'm going to fire my entire organization because you don't like any of them? And you guys, what have you guys given me? What have you delivered on? That's got to be what Joe Tsai's looking at it. What I've gotten in this entire headache and disaster is one playoff series win. One. That is it. I haven't gotten a championship. I haven't gotten a deep playoff run. You have been a second round exit. Kevin Durant's played 90 games in the last 3 years. You guys were in the play-in together. I've gotten nothing but unreliability and inconsistency, and you guys haven't won. Why would I continue to give in to your demands? Kevin Durant, yes, he's Kevin Durant. He's an incredible talent. Same thing with Kyrie Irving. He's an incredible talent. But these guys just aren't the guys. There's no leader, and that's the problem. Kevin Durant isn't a leader. Kyrie Irving isn't a leader. And you have two guys that aren't leaders, that aren't guys that are like, hey, follow me, or even lead by example guys. They're two guys that they want to be in the cog, right? They just want to be in the mix of everything. And that's why Kevin Durant was perfect in the Warriors, because you had leadership, you had a strong front office, you had a strong ownership, you had players that worked well with you. Kevin Durant should have never left the Golden State Warriors. But he wanted to prove himself and he wanted to try to win on his own with Kyrie Irving and his buddy. Guess what? Now he wants out again and he's gone, and it's the same thing all over again. Kyrie Irving, same thing. He wants gone, and it's that same thing all over again. It's Boston, it's Cleveland, it's everything. With Kevin Durant, it was OKC, it was Golden State, and now it's Brooklyn. Like, these two guys they can't get it together. They can't find that home. They can't find that happiness or that comfort or whatever. And Joe Tsai isn't going to deal with it anymore. It makes no sense. I mean, Joe Tsai's been very open about this stuff from day one. He's had several comments where he's like, I'd rather have a 40-win team than the team I have now. These guys are ridiculous. And I mean, even the closing press conference, I need guys to show up. I need guys that want to be here. I need guys that want to play. Like, it's not going to work out. And these two are gone. Lakers are lucked into Kyrie Irving, right? You got to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. He was very patient. He was very calm. He waited it out. And now look. Now Kyrie Irving's going to fall in his lap. And the Brooklyn Nets have no leverage anymore. None. Whatever little leverage they had before is gone. Because now if you're Rob Pelinka, you're going to Sean Marks and telling him, these guys want you fired. These guys want to get rid of you. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant have said they want you gone. You have to trade Kevin Durant, and we're the only team that wants Kyrie Irving. We have to maintain relationships, so I'll give you a first-round pick. I'll give you, maybe a couple seconds, but the Lakers probably aren't going to have to give up both firsts now, which they would have had to do. Westbrook, if you want a third team to take on Westbrook, then guess what? You get no first-round picks, because we're not giving up both firsts. Good luck. Go ahead. Take Kyrie Irving into training camp, please. And then guess what? When you come back, now you're getting only second round picks. We'll just keep both of our first. When you come back and you're like, please just take him, all right, well then we will. Because Kyrie Irving is not going to play for you. He's going to be an absolute disaster. Whatever you get with Kyrie Irving for the Kevin Durant trade, Kyrie Irving's just going to tarnish that and destroy this. We could just sign him for free next year because he ain't going to stay with you without Kevin Durant, and especially because he wants you fired. Joe Tsai, there were talks about you being fired before, right? You were supposed to get a contract extension. You didn't get a contract extension. There was a report that, hey, you're going to be fired. I mean, no matter how you shake it, Rob Pelinka's got all of the leverage here. It is over for Brooklyn. There's nothing. Go ahead, keep him. Good luck. We'll just wait for him. Another team isn't coming out of the woodworks to want Kyrie Irving. Nobody wants him. He wants to come to the Lakers. So you have one place to trade him, and that is here. If you really want to keep him and lose him for nothing and get nothing back, then go ahead. Get nothing back. Who cares? We'll just go do this deal over here with the Pacers, and then we'll still have cap flexibility in the offseason, and we'll just sign Kyrie Irving. There you go. Just however you shake it. Kyrie Irving's going to the Lakers, and Brooklyn is done. I mean, I think Kevin Durant goes to Boston. Like I said, Boston is the betting favorite. I think that's where he ends up. And this Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant experiment was a total disaster, and it's over. It's done. But anyway, as always, I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think, this is a mess, this is a disaster? Kyrie now wants them fired too. I mean, they could just be sticking up for his buddy, Kevin Durant. This is what he said. Kyrie's like, yeah, me too. You got the Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. You got Scrappy-Doo that's like, yeah, let me at him. I mean, it's like I said, it's something that I understand the bad blood with Kyrie Irving and Joe Tsai. I have talked about Kyrie Irving just speaking very negatively about Steve Nash and not liking Steve Nash and not wanting Steve Nash and this, that, and the other. And everyone told me, no, that's not true, this, that. Clearly one of us were right. Kyrie Irving does not like Steve Nash. He has said he doesn't like Steve Nash. He's talked about how he doesn't like Steve Nash. Either that or these reports, the people that believe Kyrie never said this stuff. I mean, maybe they're best friends with Kyrie Irving. Maybe them and Kyrie hang out and have Saturday night drinks, and they know more than the actual reporters that are getting this information. I don't know. But however you feel about it, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. One last little shameless plug is I did start As It Stands Lakers. It is a channel just like this, dedicated to only the Lakers, because the Lakers are my favorite team. And on this channel, As It Stands, I talk about all teams, all sports, stuff like that. We have football season coming up, so I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. And I just wanted to make a dedicated channel to the Lakers to give the ins and outs. Now, all the big stuff, all the big news and stuff, I will still post here on this channel. But if you want all the ins and outs and just rumors and theories and just discussions just strictly on the Lakers, link down in the description or in the comment section. Go check out the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot, lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.